I don't believe that there's going to be a lot of help that comes from successful black people. Most of these people, most black people see themselves as white people when they close their eyes.
Ooh.
I'm not here to impress the Christians. I'm here for the people that beat up on you, bro. I don't even watch the news.
How you not watching the news and you speaking all over the world on global matters?
Because what you said about MAGA,
yes,
and them white
yes,
preachers,
yes.
I don't like anything that the master believed in. Nothing. I don't care what it is. We can take the same principles and call it something else. Them folks didn't want us on earth. Why in the hell would they give us the key to heaven? I am a lot of things. I am not cheap. You gonna pay me. I want the same thing you get them white folks. You get them white folks your money and your attention. You give Heinz ketchup your money. You give Georgia Power your money without asking.
What are 3 books every black person should read in this season?
You're going to get mad at me for this. I don't care if you read Playboy. Read something.
I was in a conversation recently and found out that just as a former HBCU SGA president, I wanted to run this by you.
Mm-hmm.
Just HBCU students alone have $1 trillion worth of student loan debt.
Mm-hmm.
Not American students, just HBCU students. Is what we're dealing with AI and coding and the technological world view, some of our most successful people are doing it now without a degree. Is college now necessary in the landscape that we're in?
Well, a lot of people are going to get upset with me about this, but this is just how I feel. The problem is that most HBCUs, and I probably would only say this on a black show,
yeah,
but they're normal schools. They're not really HBCUs.
Tell me what that means.
And what normal schools were, normal schools were schools that white people set up to break strong black men and women, to make sure that they would never cross them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the schools,
What does that have to do with having $1 trillion worth of debt? I mean, we got to take a little bit of accountability, and we got to really get some back history on what were the degrees in. Are they in industries that are maybe you really can't get a job there? Is it a scarce to get a job? Is it a good market? Is it something that makes sense or it doesn't make sense? We got to really think about what a lot of us are going to schools for, but let's understand what Mr. Banner's talking about.
The schools were colleges where the white slave owners could send their black children. I research, I study. So I'm not surprised why some of these HBCUs are not really doing their job. And some of them still have normal school in their title, but we don't know what normal school means, right? Mm-hmm. HBCUs are supposed to be the places that we are supposed to go to get back that 350 years that we lost in slavery. All the things that we didn't know, all the lies that they have told us. Like, I went to Birmingham and went to the Black History Museum there and realized that the whole Rosa Parks fiasco was a lie.
What you mean?
She didn't just stand up one day and decide that she was tired. She was a freedom fighter. She had been practicing all the time. As a matter of fact, a dark-skinned black woman had done it before her, but they said that she wasn't attractive enough.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
The other part of it, they didn't want to use her because she was 6 months pregnant.
Well,
and now
Rosa was a plant. She was planted in that position. Not saying that she wasn't doing it for a cause, but yes, she was implanted into that spot.
Married.
Well, either way. Either way, it is not accurate history.
Correct.
Right? It is not accurate history. And we, or I should say you all as Christians, always talk about the truth.
Yeah.
And that this is what we got to think about. See, the HBCUs are still in the system of making money. So we got to somehow bring it back to the home field, the home court advantages, to say that we got to focus on family and community to really give us that, the things that he said we missed through those 300 or something years of slavery. We gotta somehow look into our families and hopefully figure out why it's effed up and hopefully build a good one, because that's the only thing that's really going to bring you out of that. The school system, all these things that's sitting up under the United States shield, you're not going to get it from there. You're going to have to go to the places that's going to give it to you. And I will hope that would be the home structure.
God is the truth, but we allow people to lie in our history all the time.
Yes.
You know, and so for me, I learned that it's important for me to start being quiet and just start feeding the people instead of trying to lead the people, because you can't. A wise man told me that you can't lead the people unless you can feed them anyway. So instead of doing all of this talking, let's build something that is sustainable. And let's give the money to the people who are actually going to help, because this is what I believe, Jamal. I don't believe that there's going to be a lot of help that comes from successful Black people. And I'll tell you why.
Is that the pot calling the kettle black? Let's listen.
They made their money with the system being exactly the way that it is now.
Yeah.
Why would they really do anything to change it?
Damn.
It doesn't make sense to me. You know, I think that not all people, but I think a lot of Black people, they don't want to free the slaves. They want the opportunity to hold a whip. And I'm not coming here to criticize our people. Our people are who I fight for, but we do have to be clear about the present danger. And part of the present danger are people that look just like us.
Yeah.
You know, so.
He said it with the Louis V glasses on. I mean, we can only just listen and understand what he's saying. He's on that. See, I say this a lot of the times, but people think I'm crazy. Like, usually when you start hearing some of the rhetoric from certain, you know, affluent Black figures' mouths, is kind of crazy because they're eating off the high horse, the same horse that they, you know, they talking, you know, the hog that they talking about, they're eating off of it with the same people that they talking about. So it's kind of crazy. I don't know. Let's listen though.
Then, as a historian, and
you want to take a breath for a minute, Jay?
we got to stay right here.
Jay was like, "Hold on, brother."
No, I want you right there. Something is crazy in the landscape that I want you to give redress to. Is that whether you're dealing with the civil rights movement and the Black Power movement, whether you're dealing with Black Christianity and the Nation of Islam, whether you're dealing with SNCC and SCLC, where are the movements today with everything that is happening, everything that is taking place? Where are we? Where do we go? Who is forging that space for us to have two different dialogues? Because what we're seeing right now is just people who have opinion but are not organized.
Right.
So what are the two different?
Well, first of all, again, one of the reasons why I'm here is because I study you and I watch you. And one thing that you are not afraid of as a pastor is to join hands with, whether it's the hood, whether it's Muslims, whoever. I've always watched you not be afraid to just figure it out, because we talked on the pre-interview about how if a policeman pulls our children over and they're a racist cop, they're not going to ask you if you're Christian or Muslim. They're going to whoop on you. Right? So for me, I don't really care what you are if we're doing the work.
Yes.
And one of my friends asked me one time, because he knows my criticism about the church. He was like, "Bro, why do you help me with my church?" Because I help him a lot with his church. I said, because if Jesus is who we say Jesus is, you don't talk about Jesus, you act like Jesus.
Wow.
I want to see what you do.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you gonna fit that mold, I think you need to put in the work. I think actions is more than just a visual perspective of how people look. You know, it's really gonna be about what you actually, you know, doing in your day-to-day life, the way how you treat people. Some people say that they're good people, but they really not. They really nasty people. They walk around angry all the time. They mad. They trying to call other people out, opposed to actually just looking what the content of what somebody actually does. That's different.
And if you are doing the work, if we're carrying boxes and cleaning up the neighborhood and you're cleaning up trash, I don't know whether you're gay, Muslim, Christian, if you are doing the work.
Right.
You know? So for me, I think what is happening, and one of the things I try to do, is these children don't want to sell dope, Jamal.
Yeah.
But you know what you get if you got some good dope.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kids don't really know what you're going to get if you got a good college degree. And to answer that question better, I believe if HBCUs did their real job and taught people how to be Black, as well as educating them, instead of taking our biggest and brightest and sending them to white corporations.
Hold on, the corporations is probably the way they're going to go to get a job. I don't understand what he's saying about teaching them to be Black. what does that really mean? Culture, I would think that would come from your household and your family, like I was saying earlier. One other point that I did not understand where he was getting at, they know what they get if they sell dope, but they don't know if they get with the degree. I would say that's kind of like an excuse to sell dope, because you don't have to do that, because you also can go to jail for doing that as well. I wouldn't just, I'm not going to give nobody a pass. Some people want to do it because they want to do it. It doesn't matter. They know the end outcome. I don't want to say it's no opportunity. There are opportunities because there are people who made it without doing that. So that is an excuse. That's what I would say, victim mentality.
That's the problem I have. What about community building?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you look at other races of people, they may send their children to PWIs, but they're sending them there with a purpose to come back to build something in their community.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, it was so funny. I got into a debate when I was speaking in Charleston, because they were surprised that I said that if most people think that I hate white people. And I said, if you're not I ain't got a problem with you.
Damn.
No, real
Yes.
talk.
Yes, for somebody who's watching in Des Moines, Iowa, tell them the difference.
Well, I'm starting to have fun, Jamal.
Yes, yeah. What's the difference?
You ready for them ratings?
Yes. Please tell us.
Boy, y'all better y'all about to get about 7 more of these.
Yeah, right. I need them.
Get me killed.
Yeah.
The work comes from the sound. I said this in a record. I said, I call you for the way the whip whistle through the wind, hit the back of my kin and shredded our black skin. You know, ain't no demons, ain't no devil. All the demons that I fight are within. And what I meant by that is like, if you're not whipping a whip on my back, if you are not trying to close the doors that we're trying to work every day, again, if you're doing the work, I don't care what color you are, if you're helping our people.
Yes.
You know, I am very clear about what white people are as a society and as a group of people. I'm always clear about that. But this is what I feel. If you walked over there and got bit by a rattlesnake right now, would you be upset with the rattlesnake?
Yes.
Why? You should know better.
If I walked over there?
Yeah, and you saw the rattlesnake and you walked your black behind over there and got bit. You mad at the rattlesnake?
I was trying to stop it from getting to you.
Huh?
I was trying to
okay.
Masterclass of deflection. I think the key is, that's why I think we need to be well-rounded, and we need to learn other cultures, so where we can learn tactics that every culture is going to be good at things outside of the next culture. So I think that's why I think a lot of these other cultures who come in and do business and they just learn landscapes better than we do, we got to learn how to mimic that. We got to learn how to visually see and understand the way how these people move, so we can do commerce and business with these other groups. Because think about it, if we weren't in the system of the United States capitalism, we still going to be using some form of barter system, because there's things in other places that aren't here. So there's going to have to be some form of trade. I don't think that's probably one of the oldest. That's the main practice, is trade. Capitalism just turned to a form where you use your money to buy said goods.
But what I'm telling you, if we consistently see what they have done over and over again, and we keep running up under them and wonder why we get bit, bro.
Let me stay right there in that same vein. My issue and my concern is not even necessarily the white people. Mm-hmm. It is black people who subscribe to their ideology. I am thrown off by how many black preachers are on the MAGA train. How many black preachers are saying Trump is God's man? Mm-hmm. How many black people are voting in that agenda? And so, the threats that I have received haven't been from crackers. It's been from black people.
I think people just probably tired of the way how the voting landscape has gone, and they feel like they want to see something different. I think taxes is probably one of the biggest things people want to see a change with. People just want to see something different, man. I'll be honest. If we've been voting the same way as a community for a long time period, I don't think it's one of them things where it's like, what could it hurt? Just being honest. If we know that both sides are still playing in bed together behind the scenes, what worse could happen?
Yeah.
Who are trying to figure out why in the world, watch this, Dave. Why in the world would you speak against Charlie Kirk? I got that from black people. Why can't you see Martin Luther King Jr. in Charlie Kirk?
I'll explain.
You done took your glasses off.
And I'm going to put them right back on.
Right.
So I had to learn this. And I tell people all the time that sometimes when we pray to God, we pray to God for forgiveness, knowing that we're going to do the same thing as soon as we raise off our knees. But we can't give other people any grace at all, especially the grace that we give grace to the people that look like us. The real truth is Black people have never had any social, mental, or physical therapy. And Jamal, when we judge Black people, we judge them from the books that we read. The Honorable the Minister Louis Farrakhan told me one time I was going to go whoop somebody on CNN one time. I was going to go whoop this dude. I ain't going to even lie to you. I'm being honest with you. I was going to put my hands on him. Because I really thought he was a detriment to our people.
Right.
I don't have no problem with people's ideology because I think if you look at America as a whole, America came over, those white folks came from overseas so they could praise God the way that they want to, but they're the most critical of anybody that's any religion that's not theirs.
Right.
Okay.
And so for me, have you ever heard of the book Black Skin, White Mask?
Yes.
And so Fred said the same thing, bro. Like most of these people, most Black people see themselves as white people when they close their eyes. You know, and they don't know any better, bro.
I don't know if I agree with that one. Like people see themselves as white when they close their eyes. Even if you feel like you vote more on the conservative or Republican side, I would never in my life close my eyes and think that I was a white person. We look different. You know, the skin is different, the texture. You know, the swagger is different. I would never want to put myself in the same box as another ethnicity group. I'm gonna just be honest. I would just look at myself as someone who, you know, like if you happen to think about things outside of what the normal is, it's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can call yourself an intellect. You can just call yourself, you know, a thinker. It's a lot of terms for it, but to classify as white, I think people use that as a derogatory term towards people who probably think and act different. Just being honest.
And so until we teach them, how can we judge them if we don't know that they know better? And that's what Farrakhan asked me. He said, Farrakhan asked me, Banner, have you ever talked to this guy? And I was like, no, sir. And he was like, well, how do you know he knows better? Most Black people don't know better. And that's why I am so grateful to God that I travel around the world now lecturing about stuff that our parents died for. Bro, do you know how much of a blessing that is, Jamal?
Yeah, that's incredible.
And for you to even have and allow me to come and even give Christians another perspective. Because the real truth is, I don't care what you believe in. One thing I tell people, you all want to debate about God, just die. You want to you want to rush? Don't slit your wrist. Right. You ain't like the Muslims. You won't run in that church with that bomb.
Right.
I don't know about you. We talk about faith, right?
Yes.
And so I really believe that my relationship with God is a little bit different. And my mom would always say, Jamal, you know, having vision is a blessing and a curse. You're blessed to see things that other people can't see, but you're cursed to sit in them alone.
Yeah.
So like, I got to sit up with these thoughts every day because I didn't want to say this, bro, but the more that we talk, the more that I trust you. Jamal, that's the same way I feel about Christianity. What you said about MAGA?
Yes.
And them white
Yes.
preachers? I don't like anything that the slave master believed in. Nothing. I don't care what it is. We can take the same principles and call it something else. Them folks didn't want us on earth. Why in the hell would they give us the key to heaven?
David Banner's crashing out on everybody. I'm kind of like, I don't know where to sit at. He's crashing out on white people, Black people, Christians now. Everybody's getting the shots right now.
It don't make no sense. They never gave us anything that was good. So I'm not saying that it's not right if it's right or wrong, but what I am saying, the same way that we sit up and judge people.
Yes.
And ain't done no research, ain't transcribed, ain't went overseas to get those scrolls to make sure that they didn't put their own ideology in those things. Those people have lied about everything, Jay.
Yeah.
And it has been used as a mechanism, bro. Like a wise man told me one time, it is better to be in chains than to have your mind taken over.
Yeah.
Because you at least with the chains, you know what you're fighting against.
Yeah.
But mentally, if you don't know no better, my grandmother died, one of the most oppressed women in Mississippi, and she was happy. Imagine that. Them folks had my grandmother so wrapped up that she was happy.
Yeah.
And that's hard. If you don't even know that you in chains mentally, you don't even know the fight, bro.
No, it's true.
And I go through the same thing that you go through, bro. That's why I root for you. And that's the reason why I'm here. I'm not here to impress the Christians. I'm here for the people that beat up on you, bro. I don't necessarily like the way that folk handled you, bro.
David Banner is all over the place. I'm gonna be honest. Now he going to who didn't have Jamal Bryant's back, but it's starting to become hilarious.
And even if they felt like you were wrong, they could have came to you, bro. You're not one of these people, one of these pastors who's not approachable.
Right.
They could have walked their black selves over here. Can I say ass? They could have walked their black ass over here.
We're not
Sunday.
on the Disney Channel.
Okay, I'm just making sure. My Muslim friend told me to make sure. He said, my Muslim friend told me, he said, because I used to go to the churches and hoop and holler, and the folks used to let me. I said, I'm in Mississippi in the church hooping and holler. Because I would go, man, because they would always tell me the story of Jesus flipping over tables. I was like, Jesus flipping tables, me too.
Right. Yes.
And one of my Muslim homeboys, he told me, he said, Banner, even if you are the truth, this is still a place of worship. In the same respect that you want. I'll give you a great example. I used to burn the Confederate flag all the time in my shows and everything until I created my own flag. And I don't know what I would do if I saw somebody burn my flag. And although the Confederate flag means racism to us, death and slavery, some parts of it do mean culture to them.
Yeah.
See, this is one of them things, I'm going to be honest, as a black individual, and I think we've all been down that road, or you possibly might have not gotten there yet, but when you end up learning too much sometimes, it can be chaotic in your own head, because what's going to happen is that you just understand this, and now you're trying to bring everything together and get solutions, and once you get so much knowledge, you understand that you don't know anything, because sometimes you're never going to learn all the secrets to life. And the world don't owe you understanding, so now you're gonna be you're gonna always be lost trying to figure out why things are happening because you just don't know. The world doesn't owe you understanding, and then you're gonna try and piece things together, and you're gonna start thinking about how powerless you are, and you can't do anything to fix your own situation that you're possibly in. So I understand his talking points, but at the same time, there's really no solution because he's just pointing out everything, and it's only gonna make it more difficult. You have to actually end up trying to concede to something. Or you're going to just be running around nothing.
And I can respect that as long as you don't put it on a public building. You can wear it on your drawers. You can put it on your raggedy ass truck.
Right.
But if the flag is supposed to represent a conglomerate of people, then how dare you disrespect people? And what I want to tell people in Georgia, research that flag that they gave y'all. They ran a real trick bag on the flag that y'all think that is the Georgia flag. Now you should do your own research.
No, that's powerful. I wanted to ask you, the world is getting smaller because of technology and advancements, but somehow or another, our people have not adopted a diasporic mind frame. So you're not seeing anything trending out of our spaces on TikTok about Sudan. Nothing about our dear brother Ibrahim. I don't know.
What's been going on in the Congo, bro?
Yeah.
For years,
what's going on in the Congo, or most recently, the lack of rebuilding efforts out of our own people around Jamaica. How do we reshift the vision of our people to see a global perspective?
Brother,
how can we find a global perspective? Man, that's crazy as hell. Man, you got people who can't even pay their goddamn rent for next week and next month, and you talking about global efforts or whatnot. See, this is one of them things, like when you have probably, you sitting in a whole nother realm of the country or whatnot, to where you thinking about other countries when we gotta fix, like they were all just talking about, like, the landscape of everybody here, our people or whatnot. How can we think about other countries and we still broken and need to be healed and still got to figure out how to actually get out of it? He just said the schools are $1 trillion in debt. How do we fix that first?
That's so hard. I always tell people we are like butterflies in an ant bed. Man, there's so much stuff on us, bro. It's just so much. And most people are worried about just eating, Jamal.
Yeah.
And so again, we wonder why people don't see, but that's the blessing. We are international men, bro.
Yeah.
Our friends are from all over the world.
Yeah.
So like, I don't even watch the news, but because of the friends that I have, the people that I know,
yes,
the things that are for me come directly to me.
But what you mean you don't watch the news?
I don't watch the news.
How you not watching the news and you speaking all over the world on global matters?
Because I am a very read man. I have an extensive library, and lies and the things that they're doing are cyclical. Nothing is...
Hold up now. I definitely believe... I know they always say the news like spin narratives or whatnot, and it's putting out fake news. But if I look at my local news, I can actually find out who possibly passed away. I can find out actual situation that actually happened. So we can't just group and just say news is diabolical or whatnot. And when it comes to national news, I think it's still beneficial for people to watch that stuff, get in tune, and then do other research to now support what you just watched, if it's legit or not. I think that's actually more effective. But to say you don't watch any is kind of crazy.
Change. They do the same thing over and over again. So when people want me to speak on it, I do research, but I am no longer looking for anger and pain, Jamal. I'm not looking for trauma. I just came out of depression 2 years ago, the first time that I didn't believe I was coming out of it. And God has blessed me with happiness and peace, bro. I'm not going to look for no... Excuse me. I'm trying to do better, y'all.
Hey, this nigga showed another side just now. Y'all saw that? I'm not looking for no... It was crazy.
I'm not going to look for no pain, bro.
Yeah.
And so, bro, I've done so much. And I remember one time fighting, for months on a specific issue. And I was coming back home in the airport. And I hadn't even made it home. And somebody like, Banner, you heard what happened? And then they go and get the rappers. Like, dude, where are the engineers? Yeah. When I go on CNN, they don't have Justin Bieber debating against me. I'm debating against somebody who can really solve the problem.
Right.
That's the reason why nothing ever happens in our community, because we send the educated people to the white folks. It is so crazy, man. I had an opportunity one time to be an adjunct professor at Stanford.
Is that the contrary to this interview as well?
Stanford. Why can't Jackson State bring me? Why can't Southern bring me? Howard did. I mean, Howard really made an effort. They just didn't have the bread. I'm not taking that much time out of my life unless you pay me.
No, I got it.
There's a lot of things I am, Jamal, but cheap ain't one of them.
Hold on.
I always tell people, before I give it to you for cheap, I give it to you for free. You want to know why?
Why?
Free is priceless. I am a lot of things. I am not cheap. You gonna pay me. I want the same thing you get them white folks. You get them white folks your money and your attention. You give Heinz ketchup your money. You give Georgia Power your money without asking, without researching.
Yeah.
How am I gonna research Georgia Power? That don't make no sense. We all know we gotta pay a power bill. We gotta pay a water bill just like he do. We gotta do the same thing. But see, that's what I don't understand now. You just was talking about black. But when it comes to Howard University not paying you enough, nope, I'm not doing it. Where's the black love? Where's the black unity? This is what I don't like. This is what bothers me, is that we try and act like it's sectors when we can use the black card. The problem I don't like is that we'll put down one group simultaneously putting down our own group. Because if black love is such a thing, you would do those events for the amount of money that they give you because they still paying you. But you say you want to get top dollar, that's capitalism at its finest. It don't sound like it's coming from a place of I just want to do it because this is my university. This is my people in these universities. That's what I'm saying. Real change ain't going to come from the dollar. It's going to have to come from the heart. And that's why I always go back to community and family, because usually in those places, the love that you're going to give amongst each other, it's probably not going to be money involved in it. It's going to be just the feeling of I want to make sure this person does well and this person grows. Don't agree with Mr. Banner on that one.
And so I hire a way of action from my people. When I walk out into a crowd, I don't let them half clap for me. I will go and sit in the back until y'all figure it out. I done traveled too hard and my time is too... And I realize this when I counsel women sometimes. And I tell the ladies this all the time. People treat you exactly how you treat yourself.
That's true.
When I realize that I am made out of the same matter that God is made out of. I am not the most high God.
Yes.
I am not the ocean, but I'm damn sure a cup of water. No, I'm dead serious. And when I started treating myself and loving the God in me, I believe the reason why black folks can't find God because you're looking in the wrong place. And I believe the reason why we keep forgiving white people is because we see Jesus. We see them same pictures that I didn't see in your church. I'm happy about that.
Me too.
Go, Jay. See there? Y'all might see me and Jay out having some coffee after this.
Why he got on the Louis V shades, though? Just being honest. Like, if it's like really about a white thing, like, why are you wearing the shades? Just being honest.
Right? No, but seriously, bro, like, I believe that what we don't understand, man, is that, you know, even the description that they give us in the Bible don't look like that picture that we put up. If you look at Buddha, the original picture of Buddha, it looks like Biggie Smalls with Bantu braids.
Oh my
God. It really does.
Yeah.
So I am realizing that all of these people know that we are of God but us.
Yeah.
You know, you're the black Madonna, so that means Jesus got to at least be half black.
Yeah.
Hold on, but here's the thing about it. If he just mentioned about matter, him being water of the earth, why do we still put so much emphasis on the physical still of God? Don't get me wrong. I don't like none of the depictions, or at least the ones that actually does look like, you know, the opposite of what it was described in the Bible if you are following the religious text or whatnot. But it should get to even deeper place to where I think we try and make it too physical or whatnot if we really thinking in a spiritual realm. And especially if God's supposed to be for all people or whatnot, it's really going to only reinforce the culture that you belong to. Like he mentioned, Buddha, Krishna for the Indians. If you really look at depictions of all those people, they usually match somewhat of their actual cultures.
You know? And bro, honestly, I'll tell you this again. I know I've said this several times, but as strong as I appear to be, I am so grateful that you allow me to give my opinion without restraint. Because I tell children all the time, I don't care what you think about me. I just want you to think. That's how I end every one of my lectures. I don't care. My name is David Banner. I don't care what you think about me. Just think.
No, that's great. I wanted to insert and back up just a little bit because I needed you all to hear this, that he doesn't watch the news, but he reads. And a lot of people are not doing either. And people have to stay informed of what is taking place. I want to ask you, we're making you the adjunct professor right now, the podcast. What are 3 books every black person should read in this season?
Oh, bro. You're going to get mad at me for this. I don't care if you read Playboy.
Well, they're out of print.
Read something.
Nope.
They out of print?
Nope, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I got into it on a panel a while ago about that. I just said that reading literature matters on what you're reading. It's not just anything. He said read Playboy. He ain't got the answer, Sway. Just being honest.
But they still out there. I know right by my toilet. No, I just joking. Hey, man, the computer guy over there was like, "Bella, I got a Playboy right next to my toilet, too."
Yeah,
that's crazy. No, Jay, you can't say that.
Oh, no, he
man,
got
they just got off you, bro. You better chill out.
Yeah, listen.
Man, don't let me get you in trouble.
I said he got it.
What are we talking about?
He's like, not me.
Yes.
Nah, bro, honestly, man, From the Broader Files was the book that started me off.
Yeah.
As a Man Thinketh is by James Allen, was a book that was really, really important to me. And the autobiography of Malcolm is really important to me because, again, these things are still happening, Jamal.
Yeah.
And I want to say this. This is very important to me, man. You ought to do more research on Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was very conscious at the end of his life.
Yes.
And I believe that the Martin Luther King that white people give us all the time, Martin Luther King, when he died, don't like that guy. He told Harry Belafonte, I think I have integrated my people into a burning house.
That's right.
So imagine how he feel. And then go and look at the last sermon he was going to preach when he came home to Georgia that Sunday.
Right.
That was more Malcolm than Malcolm at the end of his life.
Yes.
You know? And so not really. I just said
no,
that
I understand what you
for
mean.
drama. But you know, I'll just say this, man. Like, we have to stop taking. And that's one of the reasons why I don't watch the news, especially when I found out. I remember growing up, I thought the news in Mississippi, the news was second to the Bible.
Yeah.
You know, black folks in Mississippi thought the news was coming from some fair place. No, those are businesses.
Yeah.
Who know different than television programming. I ask this all the time. We say television programming. Well, who and what are they programming? You know? So I am very, very, very careful about what I listen to now. People are going to be real surprised about this. With the exception of UGK, I'm very particular. I don't watch certain things on TV. I don't listen to certain kind of music, because when I came out of that depression, I said, I'm going to fight for my sanity as if it was a child. I'm not playing about my happiness. Anybody that's not on the next level and trying to do things, I don't want you around me.
I'm totally be honest. I'm not mad at that. You want to hear people that's actually, speaking good messages, giving you an understanding, way to think. Entertainment, there's nothing wrong with entertainment or whatnot, but you have to get like levels of it where it's entertainment, it's informative, and it's educational at the same time. I think you can get that trifecta from a lot of different forms of content, but you got to make sure that you're, listening to people that's still meaningful and kind of just, you'll know the ones when you hear them or whatnot, and it just kind of sparks something inside of you.
The young lady that was trying to date me, she started hooping and hollering, lady, you can go on.
Yeah, but what you mean trying to date you?
Because I'm very attractive, bro.
Yeah.
That was the reason why I didn't come see you on Sunday. I didn't want to detract from the word, brother. I need the young ladies to focus when I come. You know what I mean? Yeah. It ain't about me, Jay. It ain't about me.
No, your humility is overwhelming.
Boy, I tell you, who said we supposed to be humble? Yes. Humble's for slaves. Ain't nothing humble about me.
Okay.
What type of lifestyle this guy's living? I'm just being honest, man. I don't know how to take him serious, just being honest.
Zoom out.
No, but
yo, you saw how Jamal look like. Get your clown ass out of here.
Honestly, bro, that's John Henry Clark said one of the first steps to freedom is just acting like you free. Bro, if we are truly descendants of God, then you're a son. Then shine your light. Your light doesn't take away from me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man. Man, we don't always get it right, but why can't we be here for each other?
We have to.
Why we can't support each other?
Yeah.
And these kids, I always say this, we always talking about these kids. Our kids are a direct reflection of what we did or did not teach them.
Yeah.
If our kids are lost, it's because we didn't guide them. And our parents are scared to admit it. Since they be dumping on us, I'm going to dump on them. The reason why our culture is messed up because our parents made the wrong decisions and they scared to admit.
Okay.
You picked
how we getting somewhere.
The wrong people, you picked the wrong path, and you are scared and afraid to say that you made a mistake. It's okay that you made a mistake, but why do we keep teaching and doing the same things over and over and over again? Then they set us in front of the television, and then we set our children in front of video games.
Wow.
And wonder why our kids are freaking out. And as far as technology is concerned, technology is supposed to assist the man or woman, not think for them. And if they didn't give a damn about you in the real world, do you think that it's not going to be racist inside of a box? That is the only reason why I am really, really engaged in AI, because if we don't help raise AI is going to grow up to be an imperialistic bigot. If it's
the one thing we can do is try and get see, this is why this whole about just being black, things can't just be on a black scale. It has to be on a knowledge scale, and knowledge is going to be amongst all ethnicity groups, especially some of these advanced industries or whatnot. It's not going to just be a black thing. That's why I say it's best if you really learn these other cultures and you actually learn how people think and operate, because your competition are these other cultures. You're going to have to compete against the Asian, the Indian, and the Caucasian, and whatever other form of Caucasian that's out there. You're going to have to compete against all these people in these institutions and in these corporations where you're going to be fighting to get a place in this world. So that's why I don't like the narrative of everything just being so black, man. In a world that's so integrated, we talking about AI, and we talking about how regular people are doing AI, you best believe that college is going to be something that's possibly going to become obsolete in certain fields. Computer science possibly being one of them, because people are able to do it outside of the school system. We have to literally get our kids involved in things that might seem not so cool, nerdy things, to where they can learn this stuff and they can be more adept, opposed to just following the culture, following all the entertainment, being lazy. We got to get out that mindset.
Only programmed by weirdos who don't have any social life or know how to deal with humans, then AI is going to be just like that.
Yeah.
So we have to engage in it. The only thing is that we can't get lost in it. Like, everybody think it's one thing or the other. They try to make us pick between nature and nurture. It's both.
Yeah.
For sure.
Life doesn't just work one way.
I'm gonna leave it right there, y'all. Y'all could pick this up, watch it in its entirety. I think David Banner, I think he was speaking on some things that made some sense. Some things very contradictory. Like I said, when you end up knowing sometimes too much, it'll turn you into something to where you'll be fighting yourself internally sometimes, because you got all this knowledge, you done learned all this information. How do you process it now? How do you still compete in society that's like a melting pot? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you literally will become your own worst enemy when sometimes you know too much information. Just being honest, that's the catch-22 of learning more and more and more, and then you start really feeling helpless because you learned so much and you don't know where to apply it to. What do you do at that point? That's up to you to figure that out. But I understand the people who have been to that place, because it's a place a lot of people who actually seek knowledge out, that's where they end up at sometimes. But you have to somehow ground yourself, bring yourself back down to a simplistic place. Understand that there's things you're going to be able to control, some things you can't control. But what you really can control, make sure you take advantage of it and you control it wholeheartedly. It's your future to live. It's your family to live. So you have to take that, you have to understand that, and go from there. Make sure y'all like the video, comment below. I'll make sure I have this link in the description so y'all can watch it in its entirety. Also, David Banner, I heard he stole some ideas from a channel I used to watch called Thought Crimes as well. So he ain't innocent in the Black agenda, just being honest. Make sure y'all like the video, comment below. This is JayBReacts. Until next time, y'all. Peace.